Hello everyone, I welcome all of you to this lecture. In last lecture, we have seen how to convert a given block diagram into a signal flow graph. So how to replace the summing points, takeoff points with nodes that we have seen, then how to replace block with a branch and how to represent a gain that we have seen. So after reducing this block diagram into this signal flow graph, we have to just use some equations and we have to just calculate the gain. That will be our aim. Okay. So after converting this block diagram into this signal flow graph, the next process is that we have to just calculate the gain of this signal flow graph diagram. Okay. And for the same, we have to use Mason's gain formula. Okay, so let us discuss the Mason's gain formula. Suppose there are n forward paths in a signal flow graph. So what do we mean by forward path? That we will see afterwards. So the gain between the input and output node of a signal flow graph is nothing but the transfer function of the system. Okay, so just like that that we have done in block diagram reduction, we have to just find the transfer function of that given block diagram. In the same signal flow graph diagram, we have to do the same procedure. The gain between the input and output node of a signal flow graph we have to calculate, and that will be nothing but your transfer function, and it can be calculated by Mason's gain formula. So what is the Mason's gain formula? It is T or nothing but a transfer function. So T or a transfer function is equal to Cs by Rs, which is equal to summation of path 1 to n into pi into delta I divided by delta. Okay, so here we have written it as I. So in some books it will be k. Okay, but the formula is the same. Either it should be I or it should be k. Okay, again I am repeating, the transfer function of a given system is equal to Cs by Rs is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to n. So n is nothing but number of forward paths. So what do you mean by forward path? That we will see while solving the example. So summation of I is equal to 1 to n into pi into delta I. So this delta is for this pi, means what? P is 1, delta 1 will be different. Suppose P2 is there, then delta 2 will be different. Okay, suppose there is P3, then delta 3 will be different for the particular path. Okay, so P is nothing but path, this is delta I divided by delta. So one by one we have to see what is the meaning of this one. So in this equation, Cs is nothing but output node that we have seen already, or output signal we can say. Rs is the input node or input signal. T is the transfer function or a gain in between output and input node, that is Rs and Cs. Pi is the ith forward path gain. Okay, so how to find the ith forward path gain, that we have to see. Means what? If it is first forward path, then it will be P1 means what? First forward path's gain. If it is a P2, then it will be second forward path gain. If it is a P3, it will be third forward path gain. Okay, so carefully see how I am going to solve this problem, because it is very simple and very important. The delta is nothing but, so the delta we have seen, this delta is nothing but is equal to 1 minus in bracket sum of all individual loop gains plus sum of all gain products of all possible 2 non-touching loops, then sum of gain products of all possible 3 non-touching loops, plus, so it will be so on. Okay, so what do you mean by this? Again we will see while solving the examples. Don't worry, just see the terminologies that we are using here. Again I am repeating, this delta is equal to 1 minus sum of all individual loop gains plus sum of gain products, that is important, of all possible 2 non-touching loops, minus sum of gain of products of all possible 3 non-touching loops, plus it will be sum of gain of all possible 4 non-touching loops, minus 5 plus 6 minus 7, it will be like this one. Okay, so it will be continue. Okay, so this these parameters will increase for complex diagram. For simple diagram, we may calculate first 2 to 3 parameters only. Okay, so that we will see. And delta is obtained from delta by removing the loops which are touching the ith forward path. Okay, means what? Suppose we have calculated P1 for first forward path again. Then what will be the delta 1? It will be obtained from delta, means from this one, by removing the loops which are touching to the first forward path. So जो भी फर्स्ट फॉरवर्ड पाथ को लूप्स जो भी टच कर रहे हैं उनको हमको रिमूव करना चाहिए, और जो भी गेन आएगा दैट विल बी द डेल्टा 1. सपोज इट इज़ अ डेल्टा 2, देन डेल्टा 2 इज फॉर डेल्टा 2 विल बी फॉर P2, means second forward path again. Then delta 2 will be obtained from delta by removing the loops which are touching to that second forward path only. Okay, so again I am repeating, this delta I will be for Pi. Okay, so for P1 there will be delta 1, for P2 there will be delta 2, for P3 there will be delta 3, and so on. Just we have to calculate, and we have to after that we have to take the summation of all the forward path gains that we have to do in the next slides. Okay, so let us see one simple example for the same. Okay, now consider the following signal flow graph in order to understand the basic terminology involved here. Okay, so this diagram we have to take for solution purpose. Carefully see, these are the nodes y1, y2, y3, y4, y5 and y6. These are the nodes. Okay, and this diagram is represented like this. Now how we have to solve this? Just see this one. So first just consider or just see different terminologies that we are using. The first thing is that path. What do you mean by path? So it is a traversal of a branches from one node to any other node in the direction of a branch arrows. Okay, so it should not traverse any node more than once. Okay, means what? If you see this y2, y3, y4, y5, this can be called as a path. See here in this diagram, y2 to y3 to y4 to y5. Okay, so this is called as a path. What is a path? Again I am repeating, it is a traversal of a branches from one node to any other node in the direction of arrows only. Okay, it can be forward path, it can be reverse path. Okay, it should not traverse any node more than once. Okay, so if you see here, no node is there which is traversed more than once. Okay, so that's why y2, y3, y4, y5 it is represented like this. Similarly, y5, y3, y2, just like this, y5, then y3, then y2. Okay, so if we can see that the path is nothing but the direction of arrows. Simple, the direction of arrows, but every node must be visited only for one time. Okay, so this is the path y2, y3, y4, y5 we have seen from this to this, because these are the arrow direction. Similarly, this is the reverse path that we have seen, that is from y5 towards this arrow. We cannot go here because the arrow is in a reverse direction. Then from y3 to y2, so this can be another path. Okay, so this is the just example of a path. It is not a loop. Okay, just I am giving the example of a path. So what do you mean by forward path? The path that exists from the input node to the output node is known as a forward path. Now this is very important terminology that we have to use, because we were discussing about the Pi, P1, P2, P3 path. This is nothing but this forward path. Okay, so the path that exists from input node to the output node is known as forward path. So if you see here y1, y2, y3, y4, y5, y6, this is one path. Let's see in example, y1, y2, y3, y4, y5 and y6. In between all these nodes there is an arrow. Okay, and it is coming from input and going towards the output. That's why this can be called as a forward path. That is y1 dash y2 dash y3 dash y4 dash y5 dash y6. This is a simple straightforward path. Another path is there, forward path, because again there are a number of we can say routes may be there in a single diagram. So here y1, y2, y3, y5 and y6 is the another path. Okay, because I can traverse like this from input to output, and I am having the traverse line like this also, okay, which is coming from input to output. Okay, no matter how it is turning, but it is coming from input and going towards the output. So that's why I can take this path also, that is y1, y2, y3, then y5 directly, and then y6, because the arrow is from left side to right side like this one. So this is a second path that we are getting here, y1, y2, y3, y5, y6. Okay, so these are the two forward paths that we have got here. Is there any another forward path? No, there is no any other forward, because if you go from here to here, it is reverse path. So that's why I can't take this path. Okay, so only two paths are there, from this direction towards this direction, and from this direction towards this direction. Okay, so these two forward paths that we have got till now. Now, what do you mean by forward path gain? It is very simple. It is observed by calculating the product of all branch gains of the forward path. Okay, now we have located these two forward paths. Okay, now we have to calculate the gain of this first forward path and the gain of this second forward path. So what will be the gain of this first forward path? That is y1, y2, y3, y4 and y5, y6. That is nothing but the branch gains multiplication. Means what? We are taking this point, or we are traversing from this input node towards the output node like this. So we have to just see which gains we are getting over the branch, each and every branch. So for this branch we are getting this gain A, for this branch we are getting this gain B, for this branch we are getting gain C, for this branch we are getting D, and for the last branch we are getting E. So gain of this forward path, that is from y1 to y6, will be what? A into B into C into D into E. So that is A, B, C, D, E. So if you see, the A, B, C, D, E is the forward path gain of y1, y2, y3, y4, y5 and y6. Okay, similarly we have traversed with another path like this one, which is another second or another forward path. So for this we are taking the signal from this, or we are traversing from this point, and like this we are going. Okay, so that's why we have to consider the branches in this path. So it will be a multiplication of A, B, G and E. So similarly the A, B, G, E, okay, A, B, G, E is the forward path gain of y1, y2, y3, y5 and y6. I think now you got this one, this concept. Okay, if you see carefully what I am telling to you, then it will be very easy for you, and if you neglect this, it will be very difficult for you. Okay, so please see carefully how I am going to solve this. It is not complex. If you are neglecting this part, then it will be more complex for you. If you are solving with proper care and proper steps that I am going to explain now, then it will be very easy for you. Okay, there is no high level mathematics. Okay, now next thing, most important thing, that is a loop. So what do you mean by loop? The path that starts from one node and ends at the same node is known as a loop. Hence it is a closed path. Okay, see carefully, the closed path is nothing but your loop, but that path must start from one node and ends at the same or similar node. Okay, so the path that starts from one node and ends at the same node is known as a loop, and that is a closed path. Okay, so in this example, if you see y2, y3, y2, this is also loop, and y3, y5, y3, this is another loop. See here, y2, it is, the arrow is like this, right direction, then y3, and then coming from this y3 towards the y2. So here we are getting perfect path. Okay, and that path starts from this node and ends that similar node. So that's why I can say that this is my loop, that is y2, y3 and back to y2. Similarly, I can say that this can be also called as another loop. So y4, then y5, then coming back to y4. Okay, so this is the another loop. Okay, so there are a number of loops in this diagram. Just for the example purpose, I have mentioned here two loops. That is y2, y3, y2, and the y3, y5, and y3. Okay. Now, loop gain. Now it will be very simple for you because you have seen what is a gain. So it is obtained by calculating the product of all branches or branch gains of a loop. For example, for this y2, y3, y2, if you see, for this y2, y3, and y2, this is the whole closed loop. So there are only two branches, that is b and j. So I can say that bj will be gain of this y2, y3, y2. Similarly, I can say that the di will be a gain of y4, y5, and y4. So it is shown here. The bj is the gain of y2, y3, y5. Similarly, gh. Similarly, where is that? GH is the loop gain of y3, y5, and y3. So if you see this y3, y5, and y3, this is another loop. Okay, so for this loop, the gain can be the gain of this branch into this branch. Okay, so GH will be a gain of y3, y5, and y3 loop, and this DI will be gain of y4, y5, and y4 loop. Okay, so this we have discussed now. Now let us see non-touching loops. So these are the loops which should not have any common node. See carefully, non-touching groups are nothing but the groups or loops, we can say, which are not having any common node. For example, y2, y3, y2. Okay, if you see y2, y3, y2, this loop is limited to this node only. That means this loop is having only two nodes, that is y2 and y3. And if you see y4, y5, and y4, see here y4, y5, and y4, this is another loop. Okay, and this loop is having only two nodes, that is y4 and y5. So there is no any direct contact in between this loop and this loop. Okay, because the nodes are different and they are far away from that. So that's why we can say that these two loops are non-touching loops. Okay, this is very simple. The non-touching loops should not have any common node. So simple, because if you see here y2, 3, 2 is there, 4, 5, 4 is there. So there is no any 4, 5 here, or there is no any 2, 3 here. So that's why there is no any common node, we can say. So that's why these two loops can be called as a non-touching loops. Okay. Now, calculation of a transfer function using Mason's gain formula. Okay, so let us consider the same signal flow graph for finding transfer function. So now what we have to do is that directly we have to apply this Mason's gain formula, and we have to find the value of equations. Now let us see some basic things, and in maybe next lecture we will see more examples. Okay. So if you see the basic things that we have seen, that is the number of forward paths in this diagram that we have already discussed. This is the y1, y2, y3, y4, y5, y6. This is the first forward path, and the second is y1, y2, y3, then y5 and y6. This is second forward path. Okay, so for this particular diagram that we have seen already, there are two forward paths, so that's why n is equal to 2. Okay, so the Mason's gain formula that we have seen already, that is this n, now we have got only 2. Okay, so that's why this p1 delta 1 should be there and p2 delta 2 should be there. Only two things we have to calculate, and after that we have to calculate the delta, and then we will see the remaining part. Then the first forward path is this one we have seen already, and gain of this forward path is A, B, C, D, E. Okay, so this also we have seen already, this forward path from y1 to y6, and the gain is A, B, C, D, E. And for second forward path like this, the gain will be what? A, B, G, and E. So similarly, the first forward path is this one, and the gain is A, B, C, D, E, that is P1. And the second forward path is this one, y1, y2, y3, y5, and y6, and the gain will be what? A, B, G, E. So number of individual loops. Okay, so number of individual loops are 5. Okay, so what do you mean by individual loops? See, this is one loop, y2, y3, y2, this is one loop. Okay, similarly, this is another loop or second loop, that is y3, y5, and y3. Okay, similarly, I can see another loop here, that is y3, then y5, then y3. This is another group, okay, or loop. And similarly, this is another loop, that is y2, y5 to y5. See again, this y2, y3, y2, this one, y2, y3, y2. Similarly, y3, y5, y3, this is y3, then y5, then y3, then y3, y4, y5, y3, y3, y4, y5, then y3, that we have discussed earlier. Similarly, y4, y5, y4, sorry, y4, y5, y4, and the last is y5 to y5. Okay, the loop starting from same node and ending from same node can be also called as a loop. So that's why y5 to y5, and which is having a gain of f. Okay, so these 5 loops are there. Again I am repeating, this is the first loop, y2, y3, y2, then second loop y3, y5, y3, then third loop y3, then y4, y5, and y3, then fourth loop y4, y5, y4, and the last loop is y5 to y5. Okay, so there is no any other combination. If you want to trace like this, then it will be wrong. Okay, see, this is very carefully we have to see. That is, if you are going to trace like this, y3, then y4, then y5, and again back to y3, because it is a reverse direction if you go on tracing like this. Okay, so the arrow must be matching. That is the simple trick while locating any loop. Okay, so this is a simple thing that we have calculated till now. Okay, now in maybe next lecture we will discuss about the different remaining aspects of this, or remaining part of this equation, Mason's gain formula, and after that we will complete the part. So just we have taken the individual loops gains. Okay, so just cover this loop gains again. After that we will stop here. Okay, now what will be the gain of this y2, y3, y2? So the y2, y3, y2, this gain will be bj. Okay, it is written over here. Then if you see the gain of a second loop, that is y3, y5, and y3, that is y3, y5, and y3, the gain is gh. So it is denoted here, loop number 2. Then loop number 3 is what? y3, y4, y5, y3. So y3, y4, y5, and back to y3. So gain will be c into d into h. So it will be c d h. Similarly, fourth loop is what? y4, y5, y4. So it is y4, y5, and y4. So the gain is di. So I think it is mentioned here di. And the last loop is y5 to y5. So the gain is f. It is starting from this point and coming to towards this point. So the gain is what? F. So this individual loop gains we have calculated. So what we have seen, we have just located 2 forward paths. The path starting from y1 to y6 like this direction. Second path is from y1 to y6 like this direction. The gain of 2 paths p1 and p2 we have calculated, and the number of individual loops 5 that we have identified, and similarly for that 5 loops individual loop gains we have calculated. So these things we have to use in next formula. Okay, so that part we will see in a next lecture. Okay. Okay, so thank you very much. Just see repeatedly this and previous video. If you have any doubts, or you can contact me. Okay, again I am repeating, if you carefully see the steps that I am doing now, or carefully understand what I am doing, then it will be very easy for you. If you neglect some part inside this, then it will be very difficult part for you. Okay, so I think you have to see this video number of times, then you will be master in this. Such examples are asked in the GATE exams, so in a given time you have to calculate that. Okay, so that's why the basics are very important. See previous video again. This will be very helpful for you. Okay, so thank you very much. Let's meet in a next lecture.